I'm Shawan Silla. Now I'm going to discuss about identifiers in C. Identifiers are used to denote things like a variable, function names, uh, and symbolic constant. We will discuss about these things in later lessons. An identifier begins with a letter or underscore and may consist of letters, underscores, or digits. Um, So I'm going to declare a simple variable int, and I'm going to use an identifier for that. It can begins with a letter like I, I. Yes, our program works fine, and we got a warning because we didn't use this variable. Um, just get charged to hold the screen for a while, and also we can use underscore. Yes, our program works fine. And we can also use digits, something like I put 8, it's work fine. And if we try to use one single underscore as an identifier, then it's also work fine. And if I'm going to assign a value for this one, and printf and underscore this is printf, and if you run the program, yes, it's work fine. And if you use ampersand, we'll get errors. There are restrictions in some characters, and so we can't use, if you are going to use something like 8 pieces, so this will provide an error because we are starting with digits, syntax error, bad suffix or number. This will ask for some kind of suffix here. We just put pieces, but we can uh, mm, can use pieces 8. This is fine. Pieces 8. Yes, this will work fine. And the underscore may be used to improve the readability of the identifier. Uh, for example, if we use a variable like I comment this line. If you use a variable like number of frames, this will be read. This could be read as no row frame, so it's unclear. So we can use underscore to uh, increase the readability of the identifiers, and there's no restriction on the length of a variable name. However, in ANSYS only use the first 31 characters of the identifier. Characters of an identifier are significant. Uh, this means that if two identifiers agree in first 31 position, they are considered to be same identifier. Uh, so if I'm going to check that restriction, I'm going to use some identifier like A, B, C, D, E for 5 characters, and 5, 10, 15, now 20, 25, 30, and I include 35 characters, and then I include ABCD again, and I'm going to declare another variable with D. We are going to run this program. This worked fine, and here we are using Visual C, and then we can increase our variable is now is 30, and if I'm going to increase as 60, 90, and 91. I do the same length of the variable here as 91, and it would be, if I run the program, it's not prefer. So if I'm going to search Google for Google, right, and we can go to help, just type maximum variable length in C, yeah, you can Google it and go through this maximum limits and check the variable length. If I'm on now 90 and if I increase like 90, 180, and 36, 360 characters length, and there I'm going to include A and copy this variable identifier and I paste it. Press B and compile it. And if I assign some value for this one as 1 and 2, I still recognize. You can check this limit through uh, Visual Studio documentation. Uh, Normally, this restriction of 31 applies to an MCC and internal names declared and used only in one file. The restriction of external names, for example, global variables known in more than one file is 8, and internal and external variables are discussed in detail in later chapters. Both upper and lowercase letters may be used in naming identifiers, and an upper letter A say is considered different from the corresponding letter A, so that in our variable names we can have two variables like uh, A and capital A and also simple A. Yes, this works fine. And so that for instance a variable sum is differ from simple sum, and we can have different combination like variable name, not only sum. We can say like a, and we can have another variable like simple a, and we can have another variable like capital A. These are fine. And the conventional practice in C is to use uppercase letters for symbolic constant. We will discuss these things later. And lowercase letters for variables and function names. In this tutorial, we will use uppercase letters for symbolic constant. Normally, we will use lowercase letters for variables, but for some variables, uh, we will use both upper and lower case in order to improve readability. For example, we can define a variable like number of frames like this or like this. And in C language, the C language is built around number of keywords. For example, char, if, do, while, int, which are reserved. A keyword has a special meaning in the context of a C program, and which may not be used by a program as a one of its variables. If you try to use a variable like char here, this will give an error. Char is illegal, and if we try to use a variable like if, identifier like if, uh, an error before if, syntax error, missing uh, semicolon before it, and if we are trying to do again the same error, because it is expecting end of statement, and then we can go for a new statement. And if I try while, same error, and we try int again here as an identifier. Again, int followed by int is illegal. All reserved words in C must be written in lowercase letters. This int and all other reserved words are in lowercase, so we can have a variable like int here. This is alright. Thus, for instance, capital int will not be treated as a keyword, and it must be written as int, so we can't use so here we can't use capital int as a keyword. This is an error. We can get the int is undeclared identifier, it's not declared, so we have to use simple int. And the complete list of keywords we will be discussing later. Thank you very much.